Good morning. Where's my head? Hello. Welcome everyone to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our New Year's Eve service. Woo! It's a wild bunch in here this evening, so and I'm sure glad that they're here and very excited that anybody is out there that have invited us into your home to celebrate this evening with you. I'm really glad to be celebrating because, in all probability, I'll be asleep by 10 o'clock. So this is my time to party, my time to shine. And look at, can you see my outfit? This is my usual New Year's Eve outfit, but I've added the tie. Good touch today, huh? Nice touch. Anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. We are the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. Let's all stand and do our opening congregational song by Karen Drucker, Relax and Let Go.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go what I have, all I ever will need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well.
Woo! Thank you, Sandy Hemingway and Karen Drucker and all of y'all for that song. I love that song. So as we did on Christmas Eve, we are going to do our conscious giving up front this evening, just so that we can stay in the flow of the evening. And so if the ushers would begin to pass around the baskets, I bless this offering in the awareness that these financial gifts are given freely, generously, and with great love. And in that consciousness, the work of this spiritual community is gracefully and graciously supported in its commitment to personal awakening and to global transformation. Please repeat after me. I am a grateful giver. I rejoice in all that I have. I am a grateful receiver. I rejoice in the flow of good into my life. I live in, through, and by the grace of God. In, through, and by the grace of God. All of my needs are met. I am prosperous in every area of my life. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you all so very much. You can all be seated.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carol Cross. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here, and it is my honor to do an invocation for tonight's service. So, speaking of global transformation, this morning at 12 Greenwich time, which ends up being 7 a.m. our time, centers of spiritual living all over the world um, did a collective meditation for healing world peace. And so, to connect our individual event with that global phenomenon, I'm going to read some of that meditation today for our invocation. And it says, I begin with me. I am a living soul, and the Spirit of God dwells in me as me. I and the Father are one, and all that the Father has is mine. In truth, I am the Christ of God. What is true for me is true of everyone, for God is in all, and all is God. I see only the Spirit of God in every soul. And to every man, woman, and child on earth, I say, I love you, for you are me. You are my holy self. I now open my heart and let the pure essence of unconditional love pour out. I see it as a golden light radiating from the center of my being. And I feel its divine vibration in and through me, above me, and below me. I am one with the light. I am filled with the light. I am illuminated by the light. With purpose of mind, I send forth the light. I let the radiance go before me to join all the other lights. I know this is happening all over the world at this moment. I see the merging lights. There is now one light. We are the light of the world. And so, knowing that that is the truth of tonight's event, from that place of unity, from that place of releasing our light, from that place of our commitment to transforming not just our lives, but making a world that works for everyone. I know tonight's event is a divine event. I'm so grateful for all of the volunteers who participate and set this up and conducting it and transmitting it. And I'm also so grateful for our community who create this with us. So, knowing that this is unfolding perfectly, the best place we could possibly be on this last day of the year, I release it into the world that always says yes and ask you to join me with our words, and so it is.
So, this evening's service is called Committed to Being Who I Came Here to Be, the surrender, the call, and the choice. And everyone that's in the room has a card. And on that card on the back, there is space to write down the surrender, the call, and the choice. And over the course of the evening, we will be doing a few short meditations for you to connect with what is calling to be surrendered, what is the call that you are hearing, what is wanting to be expressed through and as you, and the choice that you can make moving forward. There's also another skinny, thin little piece of paper that you received, and on this you will write what it is that you're surrendering. And we will be doing a ritual with this. We're not allowed to have fire, so we can't do a burning bowl, but what we have is a dissolving bowl. So this paper is dissolvable paper, and when you place it into the water, it will dissolve, which is every bit as effective as burning up. So that's kind of a little bit about how that will go. And for those of you that are at home, you might want to grab a piece of paper for yourself. one that you could maybe burn later, and then also one to put on the surrender, the call, and the choice.
Open your heart to the light. Let go your pain and take flight. Look for the spark of divine. There in your heart, let it shine. There is a place in every soul that knows the truth that will make them whole. You're part of God's great design. Open your eyes and your mind. Let go your hate and be kind. Peace in your heart will arise. There is a place in every soul that knows the truth that will make them
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Sandy. The surrender. There are many different definitions of the word surrender, and most of them have to do with yielding to the control or the possession of another person. It means to give up completely or to forego our own power in favor of someone else's power. In my mind's eye, I see a white flag being hoisted over a battlefield, or perhaps the wicked witch of the east riding her broom across the midnight sky, screaming out, "Surrender, Dorothy." Now, surrender is often a word that is cloaked in negative connotations. And for many of us, surrender leaves a bad taste in our mouth. It speaks of weakness and cowardice, of giving up or giving in and letting go of our control of a particular situation or of our lives. Now, for many of us, surrender means that we have no more will to fight, that we lack strength or we lack courage. For many of us, surrender is never a possibility to even consider. It's not something that any self respecting or self reliant person would ever do. We may have great resistance to do it, and when we do, we might have a lot of regret about the fact that we did. But surrendering isn't necessarily about giving up or about weakness or about passivity. It is not necessarily an act of resignation or of conceding, but actually it is an act of opening oneself up, an act of receptivity. Sometimes we have to give up a little power in order to gain power. The truth is that while it can mean to give in or to give up or to give away, what it can also mean is to give way to something that is even greater than we are. Now, for me, this isn't about weakness. It's not about cowardice. It's about having faith in things that are unseen. It's about having the strength and the courage and the fortitude to step into the unknown. It can be as brave and as bold as any victory. For me, surrender is allowing. By giving way to a power and presence that is greater than we are allowing the flow of life to flow through and as us. We are allowing that flow to happen unimpeded by any inner resistance that we might have. It can simply mean to stop fighting, to stop resisting the flow of life, to stop resisting what is. It can simply mean letting go of that which no longer serves us. I mean, it no longer serves us. Why does it seem so hard to let it go? Why can't we just surrender those things? Lay them on the altar. Surrender happens when we know that we don't know. It arrives when we know that we cannot think or see our way through where we are, that we don't have all of the answers. In true surrender, we do not know if what is coming next will be better or worse. Will it be more comfortable or will it be more awful than what we're already going through? We don't know that for sure. All we know is that we cannot continue to do it this way. We cannot continue to do it the way that we have been doing it, not one moment longer. When we surrender, we begin to get a sense of a larger whole, that we are not alone, that we are connected to everyone and everything around us. We learn to listen for and to the voice of God within us. We begin to see all of the experiences of our lives through our spiritual eyes, not just our human eyes, but actually through our spiritual eyes. And in doing so, we begin to be able to see all the blessings that are actually in all of our experiences. Surrender is a true gift. When we finally acknowledge that we can't control everything, and we give ourselves the opportunity to feel the flow of life carrying us, literally taking us where we need to go, even when we might not know where that is, there is a certain sense of peace about us. Reverend Nancy Collier says, "The moment of surrender itself is easy. It happens when it's ready. Control falls away and takes us with it. It's the path to surrender that's excruciating. But what's amazing is that when surrender does arrive, it's accompanied by a great sense of ease, relief, and peace. It's not like the situation remarkably gets better or easier, but we feel better and more useful when we know in our bones that we cannot fix it or figure it out, when we know that it's truly not up to us, and we simply can't. In this moment of surrender or grateful defeat, there is clarity. And oddly, something deep within us relaxes when we acknowledge that we don't know how to do it, that we don't know the way. More effort, more doing, more thinking, more plans won't work. We feel an inner softening when we agree to turn it over to anything else, whatever is not us, the knowable, or perhaps to just the truth of not knowing. From our knees, paradoxically, we feel a remission from the suffering. As much as we are conditioned to never give up, in the case of surrender, giving up the mistaken belief that we are in charge offers a profound relief. So the invitation today is to begin wherever we are, to think about surrendering our white-knuckled need for control. To surrender living our lives from a place that fights what is. The invitation today is to surrender our underlying belief in separation, our underlying belief in lack and limitation, and to cultivate, as Jesus did, a deep awareness of our oneness with the divine, and to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that from that place, anything, absolutely anything, is possible.
In this moment, I invite you to close your eyes and go within. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Now ask yourself, what may I be harboring that may prevent me from moving forward? What ideas or opinions do I consistently have that could be holding me back? Where do I allow resentments in my life to stifle my flow? When am I allowing my unwillingness to forgive to stop me from fully being one with love? Who or what is restricting the flow of good in and through my life? Ask yourself, how am I benefiting by hanging on to this? Our lives are far too precious for it to continue to be poisoned by any of this. And it's okay to take that step forward. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. You were given a card when you came in, one to take home, and a thin paper that will dissolve in this bowl of water on the table. Now, on both, write what you are willing to surrender. Write it on your thin paper, and then on the back of your card, you can write it under to surrender. I now invite you to come forward, bring your thin paper up into the bowl of water, and surrender what you're releasing by letting it dissolve into the water. Those of you that may still be writing, take your time, and we'll go ahead and have Sandy start our song. Please join in. I release and I let go.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to just make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what we have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Bye-bye. Good riddance. Adios. Gone. The call. New Year's is a time of renewal. It's a time for healing, a time for rebirthing, for opening to divine wisdom. Now, tonight, let's make our transition into the new year a deeper experience than perhaps you have ever had before. It's not just about New Year's resolutions or even about setting some intentions. My desire for each of us is that we begin to really listen for and to our inner wisdom. At some point in our listening, we begin to hear a deeper call. It is said that that which we are seeking is seeking us. That is the deeper call. And from that place, we are seeking to be used by a higher power that is within us, which wants to become conscious of itself. This requires more listening than thinking. This requires more allowing than manifesting. This requires more surrendering than control. In Living Between Two Worlds, Joel Goldsmith says, "Why outline what God's will or destiny should be for you? Instead, let the inner ear be open as you listen with the invisible ear, waiting to hear the inaudible word of God. You are not asking for anything. You are realizing your oneness with Source, communing with it, and making room for the Spirit of God to awaken in your consciousness. Then it will do its work in you and for you and through you." Now, our purpose here on the planet is to be an expression of God, to be an expression of love. Now, each of us has our own individualized way of expressing that. This is our vision, and we connect with it through meditation or through prayer or through visioning. It is allowing. It is giving up control and surrendering to the intelligence of the universe. It is tapping into the space of all possibility, the space of a bigger picture from a higher realm, not just from our small human minds, but from the greater global divine mind. It's not trying to get anything, for we already have everything that we could ever possibly need within us. But what it is actually doing something to let, not to get, but to let our soul evolve, to let our soul become the greatest self that we could ever be, to become all that we were created to be, to truly be that divine emanation of God. Tonight is the eve of a new year, and it's a good time again to bring about all that God has intended for us. I'm talking about really allowing the divine within us to be revealed, to open ourselves up to that. to allow ourselves to listen for and to that inner voice of God that is within us, to listen to that which is trying to express through us and as us. The invitation is to listen to that divine wisdom that is calling us into new ways of being in our life and on the planet. What I know is that there have been times in my life when I have been guided or inspired or pushed, perhaps. Perhaps, yes. Pushed by an inner voice or an inner wisdom or an inner knowing that wanted to be expressed and that was seeking an outlet in form, that was seeking me to be that outlet and to express that which it was wanting to express in only the way that I could do it. And so what I know about this evening is that with reverent listening and deep awareness and a moment of stillness, that perhaps each and every one of us will hear, or we will feel, or that we will know that tonight is one of those nights, one of those times when we can connect and commune and listen to that call.
So, once again, I invite you to close your eyes and go within and consider, what is your call? I always envision all those things that we've just let go of as things that were blocking our light as we go into our personal paradise, our personal Garden of Eden. But now, with those things gone, we can shine our light on the seeds that have not yet become creations. So, what are those seeds for you? What dreams, what goals, what sacred manifestations are calling to you? And it doesn't matter if it's the seed is a little wildflower, or if it's a mighty oak. There's no lesser, there's no bigger, better, greater, or lesser in divine spirit. If it is what burns in your heart and in your soul to be created, then it is a manifestation of God. It is something that God wants to see expressed in the world and knows that you are the perfect vehicle, that only you can create this manifestation in your particular way. So just take a few minutes in the silence and listen to what Spirit says is your next divine call. And once you've heard that, you can open your eyes and write it down on your card. And if there's some who are still finishing your card, you can finish that as Sandy sings us another beautiful song.
Spirit is with me every day when I am worried and feeling afraid. If I will listen, Spirit will guide me every step of the way. Spirit is with me. This I know when I get discouraged, left out in the cold. If I will listen, Spirit will guide me every step of the way. Stormy weather, too much pressure, things keep getting me down. Though I'm hurting, I keep searching. This is what I have found. Spirit is with me in my soul, a sweet inspiration. The story unfolds when I will listen. Spirit will guide me every step of the way. If your life isn't working the way you want it to be, you can find a solution. If you listen, you will soon see Spirit is with you all the time. When life seems to struggle with mountains to climb, what you are missing, Spirit will find you. Whatever you're wishing, Spirit provides you. If you would just listen, Spirit will guide you every step of the way.
Thank you, Sandy. I think that's the first time I've ever heard that one. All right, the choice. So I don't know about all of you. However, I find it really quite wonderful to know that at any given moment we have the freedom and the ability and the power to choose, to know, to choose what to do and how to live our lives. In every single situation that we find ourselves within, we always have a choice. And sometimes it's not just one choice, but we have multiple different options. Sometimes that's good news, and sometimes it's not such a good news, I guess. Now, when we make a choice, it gives us a sense of moving forward, right? It gives us this sense of really moving forward in our lives. And what I believe is that choice is one of the greatest gifts that we received from the divine. For some of us, now, this might sound really amazing and actually quite easy to step into. However, for others, making those choices seems to be one of the hardest things that we've ever had to do in our lives. To make a choice and then to live with it, because we know that the choices that we make create, right, our lives. Who is standing here today as a composite of everything that has happened before, all of the beliefs and all of the choices and all of the actions that I have ever done, right? So when we make a choice, we we have that in the back of our head, that those choices make who we are, and that they are our past, they are our present, and they are our future. The challenge is that when we don't make a choice, we feel stuck. Not a fun place to be, not a good feeling to have. We're not sure what to do, and so we end up feeling emotions such as confused or overwhelmed or frustrated. We can end up really questioning ourselves or even doubting ourselves. So you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, never really making a choice and never really moving forward in our life. We overanalyze, we hesitate, we try to find meaning or perhaps a sign or a reason or a confirmation from someone or something outside of ourselves to tell us that we're making the right choice. We don't want to regret the choice that we've made in case there was something better or something else that we could have done. And so we very often don't make a choice at all. And that's making a choice, right? That is making a choice. A choice to stay stuck. People have this perception that once they make a choice, that's it. That is just it, that they're stuck with it, and that they have to live with it. Now, while there's a little bit of truth to that, I guess, there's some truth to it, we also have to realize that we can change our minds. That we can change our minds again and again and again at any given stage. And at any given point in that choice-making process, we can change our minds. Because those things right in the body of the divine are changeable. They're constantly changing. Right? The only thing that doesn't change is that which is within us. That doesn't change. So change is a constant. And we can change our minds. Nothing is concrete and nothing is cast in stone. A decision or a choice is not a forever thing. It's a for now thing. We can always change our minds. We can always make a new decision or a choice. It's not a jail sentence. Underneath all of this is fear, right? Fear of the unknown. But the really interesting bottom line is that at every choice point, there will always be an element of the unknown. Because we will never have all the answers or be in complete certainty that things will work out the way that we want them to. We can never be that certain. So there's always some element of the unknown. We'll never know for sure how something is going to work out when we're actually there and choosing it and doing it. One idea about making choices, practical idea, right, is that whatever it is that we're making our minds up about is to beware of the options. And then to take those options and take them from our head and really literally in a moment of stillness, drop them into our heart. Open our heart and just in your mind's eye, see that option, that particular option, drop into our heart. And then to take a moment to see how that feels. How does that feel in my body? How does that option feel in my body in this moment? What does my heart tell me to do? Pay attention to how you are feeling and what effect it has on your body. Now, when that option isn't the right thing for you, when it's wrong, completely wrong, then you're going to feel uneasy, you're going to feel tight, and you're going to feel tense. When that choice is really right for you, then you're going to feel happy and relaxed and at peace, even if you don't know how you're going to do it. Even if you're not sure where the money is going to come from, or the resources are going to come from, or the education, the right people aren't in your life right now, even though all of those things are there, when that option is right for you, there is a sense of peace and contentment. You are relaxed. And the invitation is to trust that. To trust that. Try one of the options on. Try one of the other options on. Try the third, if there's a third, try those options on. Drop them from your head. You've been racing around in your head, trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. Just drop one of them down into your heart and allow yourself to just feel into it. What you're really looking for is what I would call a full body yes. A full body yes. If you get a full body no, it's a no. If you get a maybe, it's a no until it becomes a yes. You want that feeling. And the invitation is really to trust it. So the invitation this evening is to entertain the possibility of new beginning. The possibility of stepping into a new life. Not only a new year, but a new life. Be willing to surrender anything and everything that no longer serves you. To listen to that inner call. To open our hearts and our minds to that inner wisdom, to that voice that is wanting to be expressed in only the way that we can do it, as Carol was saying. To create a new context for living, a new container for our life, one with a new perspective that allows for that which we do not know to be revealed. There is so much that we do not know. I mean, I could think about a whole bunch of things that I do not know, but have you ever tried to really think about what you don't even know you don't even know? And to do that without resistance. Be willing to choose peace. Be willing to choose joy. Be willing to choose love. Be willing to choose kindness again and again and again. Be willing to choose the God qualities that actually already exist within us, with absolutely no exceptions, and to choose them no matter what our human perceptions might be telling us at any given time. We know the truth. We know. We always have a choice in the matter, and we can choose to see beyond our humanness, to see beyond that veil, to see beyond the smoke, to see beyond the clouds, to the truth of life itself, who we are at our very core. Now, as we complete this last evening of 2022 and step into this new year, the invitation is to choose consciously and to consciously choose consistently and to consciously, consistently choose wisely. from a position of heart centeredness. What is my heart telling me to do in this moment? You really can't go wrong. To choose that which we want to express and that which we want to experience because they are one and the same. And anything, I mean anything, is possible. And as always, we have a choice. And so I invite you to turn within one last time this evening. Close your outer eyes and allow yourself to think about a choice that you might be up against in your life in this moment. Allow yourself to think about a couple of the options that are available. Allow yourself to drop one or two of the options, one at a time, from your head into your heart. Feel what it feels like in your body to hold each particular option in your heart. Does it make you feel uneasy, tight, or tense? Or does it make you feel happy, relaxed, and sure, even if you do not know how you will get there from here? Trust what you are feeling and make the choice. Doing so will allow you to move forward in your life. When you are ready, write your choice on the back of your card and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that a power greater than you are, a universe that is always for you, and providence will bring about the people, the resources, the finances, and the time you need to make it happen. Just be willing to make the choice.
heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will start today, and I will start with mine. Sometimes I see a world that is in pain, fear and hate and anger falling like the rain. Want to change the world that I can see, but how can I, because I'm only me? That's the answer. One heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will vow today to give my love away, to one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will start today, and I will start with mine. So when I choose to see a better day, and season more abundance comes my way, and as I open up and start to give, the universe aligns to help me live. That's the answer, though it might seem strange. The first step is for me to be the change. The beat of just one heart can become the spark that starts the fire, that burns a brighter way, and moves us towards the sunrise that is change. One heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will vow today to give my love away, to one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will start today, and I will start with mine, one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will vow today to give my love away, to one heart at a time, one heart at a time. I will start today, and I will start with mine.
I now invite you to turn within once again as I speak a word of benediction for tonight's service. Closing my outer eyes, but leaving my inner eyes fully open to the presence, the spirit, the one power that is back of all of creation, knowing that source as all possibility, knowing that presence as every choice that we make, knowing that it is love, that it is peace, that it is joy. It is all of those God qualities that we call into our everyday lives to bring such value into our lives, to bring so much joy, so that we have lives that bless ourselves and bless everyone around us. I know this as the truth of me, as I know that as the truth of each of those within the sound of my voice, that we are all one with the one. There is no separation between the peace, love, and joy of God and the peace, love, and joy of who we are as spiritual beings living this human experience. I'm so grateful for what has transpired this evening, for this sacred time that we have had to celebrate the end of one year and celebrate the beginning of a new year, to take a moment to reflect what it is that we are called to surrender, what we are feeling to be called into our lives, and what that choice is, that choice that we can make in every moment. And in this moment, I choose gratitude, so much gratitude for each of you joining us this evening, for this amazing community that allows us to gather, to love up each other, and to continue on this journey of spiritual growth and renewal. I'm so grateful for Reverend Dusty for her amazing program this evening that just puts a beautiful mark on the end of this year and sets an amazing step to take in the beginning of 2023. I'm so grateful for each of you here this evening, for each of your presence in our community and in my life. And I ask you to anchor this prayer with me by saying, "And so it is."
So it is.
And now, our last community song. Please join in. I'm sure you know the words.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Ah, imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Thank you all so very much for joining us here at 4 Points or inviting us into your home this evening. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, all the volunteers. Thank you, Carol and Heather. Happy New Year, everyone. Come and join us tomorrow for our regular service and for some visioning and vision boards. We'd love to have you join us. I love you.